Maybe GeekFam is trying to replicate the SA Sacred Omni Knight Pause 3. But I think you're right with this, that Force will be the one to grab the Undying once again. And that's a good counter to the Omni Knight, the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, for sure. That's the only reason that the hero was picked. Also, with the shard, you have some heal for the Lash plus the save, so you are gonna be quite happy with it. But yeah, Omni Knight now becomes a non-factor in this game, other than purging off the sticky napalms that are currently on a target. It's really not gonna be doing much. But on the other hand, Geek Fam could go for like a Queen of, okay, they can't go for Queen of Pain, but something along those lines to jump the Shadow Demon and play the same way they did in the previous game.
Could be something like a Orchid Storm, for example, but it is kind of risky to go for it. Then you're very dimensional, well, one-dimensional in how you play the game. You just Orchid the Demon, and once the opponents learn that this is what they do, he's always going to have like a... Even though SD's a babysitter, he has a babysitter babysitting his babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. Your thoughts were already in my mind, Panda. But Snapfire does come out, so some added magical damage there. The thing that scares me for Spawn is that they don't have the ability to instantly pop a hero, and you're up against the Undying and the Omni Knight, so there are going to be some heals coming through.
SD's also great against the Pango, so at least that way you can force SD's ulti on cooldown.
Yep.
But I think you still want to prioritize the Heavenly Grace, leaving Pango some room to roam. Mid SD.
Not sure. I think I'm not sure. Does Heavenly Grace scale in terms of range? No. I would then go for level 1 in this game in particular, just to make sure that you purge off the initial stun or the lasso or something, and I would max out the purification in this game in particular. Get a carry that is gonna be very much in the face of the enemy. Slark would be a decent one. He got banned out now.
Yeah, the Beastmaster, you already talked about it. You would have wanted to see it for Spawn Team, but they're refusing to pick it. The Slark banned.
10 seconds to pick.
Does this tell us something?
It's just a very good Slark game. Other than the Lash, everyone else is afraid of the Slark. And considering that you have 2 heals on the side of Geek Fam, it would have been a perfect hero. Not an easy one to kite. Ursa is the same type of hero, but he's easy to kite with the Shadow Demon, so that's not something that you're afraid of.
So the Sniper also removed.
Only 10 seconds.
You don't really get a lot out of Snapfire with Gobble Up. There's no one to spit in.
5 seconds remain.
I don't think you really want to build that item this game either. It feels weird having Shadow Demon and Snapfire as your support duo. They don't really have anything in common together except a cookie setup from the Disruption.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But the thing is, they do different things. Snapfire wins in team fight.
I was about to say that. They do very different things. So I guess things being different puts people together, like a good relationship.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of them is going to be focusing on saving people and just making sure that the damage can be done onto the enemies. The other one is going to be focusing on doing that damage.
Well, they're going to go for the classic staple offlaner, the Tide Hunter. GeekFam has the opportunity to pick themselves a hero that could still counter the Tide in lane, but they're also both the heroes that Shadow Demon likes to play against. Ursa, Monkey King.
Yeah, I think Monkey's okay, though.
Silencer.
Okay.
Core Silencer?
Carry Silencer.
Scam?
Pretty sure it's a carry
Silencer. Scam Silencer? Come on. Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Or then they put the Omni Knight as a core and then he's a support. No, boo. Roger with the Silencer. So Omni Knight core. Omni Knight carry? Omni Knight carry? Come on, Scam! Omni Knight. Oh, okay. Undying carry and the Omni Knight for the off lane or the mid lane. Most likely off lane. All the fun is spoiled. We were hoping for some cool stuff to happen, but we're only getting half of it. It could have been so much more hype. Geek Fam, though, winning the first game already as we head over to the second one. Geek Fam's draft. Now that we see the positions, how do you rate this one? I'm gonna use 0 to 10 this time. 0 being the worst, 10 the best. What would you rate this? And give me some pros and give me some cons.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a 4.
Ooh.
The cons, the most obvious one is you don't take down towers. Also, a con is that you have no burst damage for the Lash. Also, a con is that the Omni Knight doesn't lane well against the Lash. I mean, you have the burst from the Hoodwink. And the pros are that you're going to have a very strong early mid-game timing. But...
Are you going to have fun with this draft?
Yes.
All right, so that's definitely
a game,
pro.
So it makes sense. That's a pro, yeah. That kind of moved me from 3 to 4.
I think the players were like, we can meme around a bit, but we can make it work if we have the players on the right heroes. So I think either this was Roger calling out that I want to play Silencer, or they decided they're going to play the Silencer and somebody else has to change the role. I think because of the rarity of some of these heroes played in a specific position, say Omni Knight offlane, which is looking to be a bit of a sacred replica, which I was going on about at the start of the draft, that, hey, we might actually be getting ourselves like a South American attempt of the offlane Omni Knight. I think playing fun heroes and heroes that are not playing in the role traditionally creates team synergy.
That is true. You kind of see how people see Dota when they're out of their comfort zone. I don't think Scam is ever out of his comfort zone. This guy just always knows what's up. Really good setup for Geek Fam for an early fight here. They have vision over their enemies.
First blood attempt. Bushwhack onto 2. As Mamang Daya started off with the Gush, and he's running away. Jacroy is running away. Travens. They're all trying to get away with this. And Scam, as at 20 stacks right now. They're going to bubble one Bushwhack to catch Jacroy, but the cut off the tree. And it was... Who cut that one?
Dalol.
Dalol?
No?
No, he didn't. That's why I'm wondering who cut the tree, because it was somebody else. Unless it was him who actually cut it as it was flying in. So that's the only thing I can figure out, that they both timed at the same time.
I was thinking it was like it wasn't Jacroy because he never moved toward the tree. That's a little bit weird to me. I didn't see the turn rate there, but the Shadow Demon has all of his tangos. Now he ate one, but he had 3 at the point, and Jacroy was the only one missing a tango.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a lane swap. We have Maman Daya going bottom with the Tidehunter and a top Leshrac. Roger's gonna be like, oh, what is this guy doing here? Oh, what is the Shadow Demon doing here? They've done a lane swap.
I actually feel like the Omni Knight should be okay against the Tidehunter.
Yeah, he's
Because
fine.
with the Omni, you want to be super aggressive. I don't know if you remember the offlane Omni days, 2016, 2017. I'm not really sure. Even at that point, sometimes it was tri-lanes versus the Omni, and you could see Omni Knights from time to time just running into people with the Purification and getting kills in those kind of scenarios. So
yeah, those were the days when you would play all the Heart Dispellers in the offlane. The Abaddons, the Omnis, and the LCs were very popular back then.
Yep. Also the heroes that can block the waves, the Earthshakers, the Tusks, the Clocks, and then you would have the Darkseers from time to time.
Yeah. Those were the days when you would still farm souls by popping cogs inside your fountains. Shadow Fiend was really popular. That was like 2014, 15, 16 when they used to do that a lot. It just started to fall off. Don't want to do that anymore. When's the... I mean, we haven't seen Clockwork SF drafts in, like, forever.
I don't know if it ever even works anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's
what I'm thinking. Oh. So far, looking like a pretty stable laning stage. Curious about if we're going to see any kills except maybe in the mid lane with the Batrider attempting to kill Cox. So, maybe the top lane has some kill potential. Right now, battling it out, at least missing the split earth.
Pango is a good hero against the bat for you not to die, because when the bat wants to go for you, you're just running away, running away, running away. He gets close, you use the shield crash, he's way too slow, you get out. So in that regard, Pango is okay. That's pretty much like playing the Ursa in the mid lane, let's say, and the bat tries to chase you, you max out the Earth Shock, you use it, and then he can't get on top of you. Yeah, and Ursa hasn't been played in the mid lane for a long time, but it's kind of the same concept.
A lot of...
Roger is in trouble top.
Yeah, seems like it. We're looking at Cox in mid. Roger dead. Maybe the Shadow Demon to Arcane Curse. He's got sticks though. And actually the dot runs out just in time. No kill for him. Skem is playing a hero that is really good in the lane, and I actually enjoy seeing Undying Core. Mainly because of how powerful the hero is through levels. And if you get an item to link up with it, like say he's going for face boots, that's a tower deny, but Roger actually intervenes for the kill. Skem can have a lot of impact with an early Undying.
Yeah, for sure. What is needed for a carry Undying though is stacks. So I'm gonna be looking at Narman to get those ancient stacks up. That is the thing. You max out the Tombstone, and once you max out the Tombstone, you go and you take the stacks. That's how you farm with this hero. Because at some point you're gonna start falling behind.
Pot of 2. It's silenced and Arcane Cursed. Roger making a lot of rotations back and forth. He is gonna need to rely on his support to TP in for the bottle refill. That is the lull. Already getting a shield crash on top of him. Get them extra poke, and water rune spawning. Let's see if either mid lane gets either of them. Cox uses a lot of one charges to heal up, and this silencer never left the mid. He walks back in for another Arcane Curse.
Cox went for the boots over the bottle here, so he's definitely struggling. Oh, he wants to kill Pota too.
Looking for the angle for it. He's gonna run in. There's the first one. Right click in. The tower hits, and the fairy fire will be enough for him to live. Another right click from that, but he still dies because Roger never left the goddamn mid lane, making it a 2 versus 1 lane instead of a good old 1v1.
That is the strength of the Undying. You can leave him alone.
Stun coming out.
Really.
Undying. He's got very low mana. He's able to drop the Tombstone down, but is it enough? Running out of decay stacks, and so is his HP pool coming to a close. The lull closes him out, and Jacroy for the Tombstone.
And Force is in trouble in the bottom lane as well. Okay, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's not going for any points in Heavenly Grace currently. Makes sense, you know. As soon as the Shadow Demon is level 6, it's not like the spell will matter at all.
But if you look at CS, everyone is even.
Pretty much.
Undying, though he does die one time, he's now back in the lane once again. Able to start pumping up that farm as he's still on the top. But that one kill does pull Jacroy a bit closer. Bottom lane, a bit of a scuffle here as Travins and Mamang both pretty low here. Narman, we've seen him play a fantastic Hoodwink yesterday. If you missed that one, I would recommend watching it because his early game, the first 15 to 20 minutes on Hoodwink, just everywhere and always getting a kill, whatever he did.
Yeah, Narman was just amazing on the hero. Every single time that the spell was needed, he got the connection. He had a few misses on the bushwhack, but it happens even to the best of us.
Oh, Pota 2. He's got Firefly. He's gonna hide on the low ground. Just wait for him to pass. But Narman coming in, and again, he's gonna do exactly what he's best at. Rotate in for a kill. Oh, great timing that he comes from the bottom rune to participate in that quick skirmish.
The Silencer pick now makes so much more sense. They picked it for crushing the Batrider. Even though you're not going to be laning against the hero, you know just how big of a nuisance it is to play the Bat versus the Silencer. The second you use the Arcane Curse, the Bat is just useless. He's just staying there with his Firefly, and he can't do a thing.
6 kills in the first 6 minutes. We're up for a potentially kill-heavy game. Top lane proves our point exactly. Skem getting lassoed up. Flame break comes in. Pota 2 is going to take a decent amount here. He would have needed another right click to finish off Skem, but Skem's going to chill around the back, and he's going to finish it off with a decay. That's level 3. Does 80 base damage while taking away your strength.
These early fights are something that Geek Fam's lineup is really good at. They have good lanes, good early game, and good early to mid game. Then it can become an issue for them. But if Spawn continue giving away these skills and the lead continues to increase, you're not gonna have enough damage to kill the enemies, and then Geek Fam can do whatever they want. So in my mind, Spawn should slow down a bit. The BKB on the bat, the boots of travel, the ability to be a bit faster on the map is something that you need, and killing the supports would be a much easier endeavor than just going for an Undying. It's way too fat of a hero.
Dalal is making some big stacks here. Stacking has been a theme we've been discussing quite a bit about the frequency of stacks per minute or stacks per game.
This is going to be a stack-heavy game for sure. On one side, you have a Badge Rider, Tidehunter, and a Lesh. On the other, you have a Undying. So definitely going to be a lot of emphasis on the stacks.
Yeah, big ancient camps, big hard camps, and battling out in the lanes for the time being. Roger killed off the lull with a streak, and now Skem to fall as well. Travis will secure this one. Narman, 2-man bushwhack. Could have been 3-man bushwhack. 3 cut down, no damage to follow. And Force is actually bullying this Tidehunter. I was kind of surprised about this. I thought that Tidehunter would be having a better time, but Omni Knight is actually celebrating.
Yeah, the Purification in itself is a very hard spell to deal with for melee heroes, but then you have this Hammer of Purity. And the thing is, we haven't seen a offlane Omni Knight, you know, for some time, just bullying people. And that is how it will go. Even the Tidehunter can't live through it properly.
Cox gonna go for the Rolling Thunder into Travis. Bubble save from Dalol. Won't get a full-on connection. Cox trying to take a detour from the secret shop. The merchant ain't happy that people are rattling his treasures. But Mamang Daya. There's some money. Oh no, they're gonna find out! Skem's gonna squeeze in between. Steals half of them with the first decay. Now they're gonna fight for it! Fight for it! Brawl! Murder! Kill! Take them all! They're gonna go for Force, but the Ravage, they're gonna take Force down first, and onto Travis to take a second, and Spawn on the run. They just wanna kill some creeps and get some money, but no! They're gonna be losing heroes for it. Jacro on the other side. Cox for the double kill. Tombstone down. We're gonna take your ancients! They're for us, not for you. Forcing Mamantai away. Dalal trying to get some shadow poisons in. Cox has to be careful with his HP. Narman on the other side. Skem walking in. Bushwhack dodged, and still not enough. Pota 2 has already respawned. This fight's taking forever. The lasso comes in. He's got the Pango. 200 HP. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in as well. They want to turn this around. Pota 2 to fall. Skem might be dying as well, but Mamang Daya trying to fight till the end. He's going to get bushbacked away.
Okay.
He might be dying himself. The curse is there. Cox with a swashbuckle. Follows it with a shield crush. Rolling Thunder. Gazzle Sapphire for the cookie and takes him down. Skem with a triple, and Roger to fall in the arms of Jacroy. Cox will TP away. This is SCA, baby. This is what we live for.
Man, this is there is one good thing for Spawn. The Ancients didn't die, but other than that, it's a disaster. Geek Fam, just the perfect time to go in. I thought for a second it might be bad. You can see so many neutral items. Did they leave any of their own? Okay, they didn't. But the thing is that you didn't have the Tombstone immediately, and you couldn't pop it as soon as they got into the fight. So for a second, I was scared for Geek Fam that they're gonna be going down, but there just isn't enough constant output of damage on the side of Spawn as soon as Jacroy dies. So then you have to poke, and they've done a good job poking, defending the Ancients, but it cost them so many heroes on the side of Spawn. Jacroy though, every single time, man, I watch this guy on the Lash, how is he so farmed when he has died 3 times already?
That's a very good question. Skem now. He's got his Tombstone on the other side of the map. He's actually starting to take some hits as well from the Ancient Creeps, but the zombies are definitely doing work. He's happy with this. We're gonna farm this. We don't care about Narman dying in the top lane. We're gonna watch this farm fest right now. SD living with 30 HP after that battle. And Roger has to intervene with the Arcane Curse to help him out with the farm. Skem might still die here.
Okay.
He's close. He's close. They got stick charges out of it, and now they're fine. Okay.
So, Geek Fam had a bigger fight with the Ancients than they did with Spawn. Spawn didn't get close to killing Skem this much. Against the Ancients, though, that was the real battle.
Yep, and Jacroy, you said he had a lot of farm, but the Undying was leading in net worth above him after he's finished all those camps. So, 2 tombstones right off cooldown, and now ready to fight. Echo Saber ready.
They have the sharpshooter now as well. Last big fight, they didn't have it.
They're going to try on Narman. Narman, there's this global silence coming out. Shadow Demon, he's silenced up. Skem showing up. Slap, slap. Nope. Second slap still in the air. Oh, Narman's going to steal it. He's going to take it away for himself. Cox is going to be jumping onto Travens. And Narman somehow squeezes in a right click to steal the kill. Now pushing towards the top lane. 3k net worth lead as well for Geek Fam. But what's going on in bottom? Nothing. Mamang and Force just tying up at farm. Like they have been doing almost all game long.
It's still okay. Jacroy is getting massive amounts of farm, and they are getting some kills. Spawn has understood they can't go for big engagements, so they're trying to keep their distance and just kill the supports when they have the opening. Narman, that as well.
Yeah, Narman will go down. They did get a pick off in mid as well in the terms of the silencer. Jacroy, no stun. Cox is going to TP away. Scam's also running away from this.
Some big item times are gonna come out for Geek Fam. As you mentioned, they already had the Echo Saber, but there's gonna be a defusal done, and the pipe is coming out for the Omni Knight. So this is the timing of Geek Fam when you start going forward, when you feel like you cannot lose a fight. So this is when you will try to force out 1 or 2 Ravages before Spawn gets too strong, so that they can bring down your Undying.
Well, with all these stacks cleared out, we're probably not going to be seeing more stacks made around the map. What is the biggest benefit for clearing out these stacks, or at least slowing down Jacroy, getting Skem big? But how big does he actually get with clearing out those stacks? Like, did he gain more from them than from farming lanes safely and happily and being able to participate in fights? Because he's also fight ready.
He should be getting more from the stacks, and also one big thing is that Geek Fam's heroes don't farm the jungle, so getting the neutral items, it's also a big part of it. So I'm guessing Geek Fam would want to stack the Ancients once or twice before the 17-minute mark, just so they could get those neutral items.
Well, our first 15 minutes, very eventful game until this point. 23 kills in total. Geek Fam's lead is gone. They had a 3,000 net worth lead and now diminished into a tie situation. At least in terms of economy. Jacroy, once again, on this Leshrac. This time he's died a couple times, at least, in this game compared to the other ones that he's had, where he's just had free reign, whatever he wants to do.
Even in the ones that he died, it always feels like he's getting way too much farming. This is the case in this one too. Problems for Geek Fam, they haven't taken a single tower down.
Want to take them among the... Oh, what a beautiful save from the lull. Sharpshooter will miss, and the Ravage pop down as well. Cox is still going to be rolling in with the Rolling Thunder. Tidehunter getting global silence as well. It's going to be falling, and so is the lull. Skem too strong. As this Undying is a nuisance in the backline. There was a good Sharpshooter save, but that's all the goodness we got to see on the side of Spawn from that. Making mid tower.
Ideal for Geek Fam. They forced out the Ravage as well. But yeah, Spawn, nice call there not to go towards the bottom. I don't like that the Ravage was used, but overall it seems like Spawn definitely don't want to fight. Jacroy and Poda too. They saw the Ravage, they saw multiple heroes getting caught on the bottom, they were like, nope, it's just not our time. And that was a good read. You would have not been able to win that fight through the pipe, so just stay back for now.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Let's see what GeekFam wants to do. Omni Knight has finished off a pipe on Force, and he's building into a Wraith Pact. And will soak up a lot of magical damage dealt by the side of Spawn, who are currently hunting Schem. Flame Break will connect. Lasso as well. He's still got Tombstone, but I think this is a bit too much to deal with. He's still going to drop it down. He does get some healing out. Force is there, and he does get ulted by the Shadow Demon. Pushback onto 2. Bubble save coming in from Delol as well. He does get the Bat Rider on the move. He's trying to get away with the Piggy Pole, but nowhere to go. Among Daya, he drops down a Wraith Pact, but just gonna give an extra 100 gold with it.
Force using that Heavenly Grace and Shadow Demon not immediately using the Demonic Purge when they saw the Undying caused them the 2 core kills. This is Delol just being greedy, like, I don't need to use my Demonic Purge, and then the Heavenly Grace stays on the Undying for a couple of seconds, and he just lives a bit too long, enough for GeekFam to come and get 2 kills.
Small mistakes come to cost a lot. Jacroy has some stacks here in this jungle. He's going to be, or in the triangle even. It's going to be taken away. Cox can't squeeze in more than 1 stolen last hit. Batrider T being in Poda. 20 seconds for Lasso.
Barely.
Cox is going to be stunning him first. He still have that regeneration up, but it's going to be gone for now. And now Tidehunter right next to him. 7 seconds for Ravage. If only he had it sooner, they would have been able to turn it around to keep the Batrider alive. Cox doing some damage. Amandaya, he's ready to blow it down. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all going to get stunned up. They will find themselves a kill on Cox, and now Scam onto the high ground as well. He's going back and forth, back and forth. He doesn't even know where he wants to go, but the Flash Golem pumps down the Tombstone as well. Travis trying to take it down with his little Shredder, healing it up in the middle of taking Jacroy down. Travis will fall as well. Malang Daya to fall, and that should be a full-on 5-man team wipe going towards GeekFam as they take all of Spawn team.
Oh, I'm actually super surprised that Spawn went for that fight. I mean, Batrider, there was half a second difference if his TP was gonna come through. If the creep had died, it would have been awesome for Spawn, because then they wouldn't have fought this one. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. The second we saw the pipe, I was like, okay, Spawn are not winning the fight in the next 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even more. Just chill, get your big items so that you can survive for longer, mainly the BKB on the Batrider, so that you can stay in that fight long enough to win it. But no, they went for it. Now, they brought 5 heroes last time around. They read it well this time around. Not so much. They thought GeekFam was 2D, but I think even in tier 3s, GeekFam just wins the fight at this point when there's no BKB on the bat.
Definitely makes things a lot difficult. But there's now the Bloodstone Kaya on the Leshrac. And for Jacroy, well, he did get a lot of money for farming, so him dying doesn't sting too bad. But when are we going to see the damage come out from Spawn? Because a lot of that damage is already being mitigated by Geek. Hawks jumping onto the Batrider. We can consider it more of a question that does not necessarily need an answer here. Is Poda Boomerang stunned up for a very long duration here. Schem, the sharpshooter, finishes him off. Narman, he is the true sniper. Travis, nowhere to go as Narman is there. If there's a hoodwink, there's a kill.
Panda, what kind of an analyst would I be if I wouldn't be able to answer your question? For me, Spawn, they have AoE damage, so the way that you do it is that you survive longer. Currently, you cannot survive longer because you do not have BKBs. That's the main thing. The problem lies in the fact that you've lost 3 engagements. Out of those, 1 was a big team fight. And you lost them heavily, so you're giving way too much gold to your opponents.
Jacroy trying to move himself safer into the trees with the split earth, but Hoodwink was already chasing him. Sharpshooter, teleport away. No, sir.
Oh, man. He thought he was okay there. I thought so as well. So he didn't pop the Bloodstone. He didn't pop the Pulse Nova. If you pop the Pulse Nova and the Bloodstone, you actually might survive the immense damage that GeekFam have. Just long enough to get the TP out.
Yeah, I think he played that a bit sloppy. He definitely could have just popped all of his damage as long as he has the mana to teleport away. That's all he needed to do. But not being efficient enough, and costs him his life. Into the Roche pit they go. They have the Tombstone and the disarms coming in from Cox, so this Roshan can't fight back. The more you have these pesky little minions, whatever you want to call them, they're gnawing at your feet. Even the tallest of giants will fall. And Cox will take the Aegis for himself.
Securities in their own perspectives.
Second light for the Pango.
Scam even went for a BKB. He knows if I don't die, the fight is long and the Tombstone is going forward. Him slowing down the enemies with the Flash Golem, they'll eventually get the kills.
Yep.
Right? So both of the teams are kind of looking towards we want to live longer. For Geek Fam, it's just because we'll eventually kill them. And for Spawn is like we won't do enough damage right off the bat. So we need our spells to continue going forward. And for Geek Fam, it's pretty much the chase for them to have the healthy enough HP to go forward.
What I also like about this is now that they've secured the first Roshan inside the next 15-minute period when they go for the second Roshan. Oh, actually, never mind. Undying did buy the shard himself now. So I was waiting for him to play it like an Ursa, where you take the second Roshan, take the shard for yourself, but he's just decided to straight up buy it. The zombie spawning from his right clicks with an Echo Saber, really, really worth.
It changes things so much, because even if you kill the Tombstone, those zombies are gonna be a problem for both the Batrider and the Elesh.
Yeah. They are damaged, they are vision. Lasso, Ravage stacked on top of each other's, and that will work out. This time, no chances left for Scam. Cox actually, after the shield crash, not sure if that illusion timed out or if he used it on purpose, but it kind of almost cancelled his shield crash animation completely and almost did no damage. And blink out from Amang Daya. Bushwhack, beautiful Narman. He's got the Aether Lens, he has a lot of cast range. Omni Knight broken. Heavenly Grace available, doesn't need to use it. He will pop it onto Cox.
Weird decision from Roger not to pop the global signs as soon as the lasso comes out. I think they underestimated the damage of Spawn. But this is just the thing, if there's no pipe saving you, if there's no global science, you are actually killable during the duration of the stuns of Spawn. And they use 2 ultis for it. It's a lot of committal, but with just the global science, the Undying probably lives, uses the soul rip, and then it's a completely different fight.
Well, they can't get to the tier 2 tower at least. They're going to have to leave it up for a little bit longer. Scam has respawned. He's joining the team in mid, and they're like, maybe Jacroy might be farming some ancients for a 3rd time this game. We've got the best benefit out of those 2 times in a row. Unfortunately, there's nothing here. There's no one here. It's empty.
They know where Jacroy is, though. They saw him running towards top, and now he was staying on vision. Nice attempt from Narman. He doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, even with the Aether Lens, can't get close enough to throw the Bushwhack. Cancel his teleport. 3k lead for Geek Fam, the same that they had earlier on today, or today, during the series, but it was more a while ago. Actually, a 5% win probability increased to 12 for Spawn after that last engagement. Still not looking like pretty healthy numbers, though. You're still relying heavily on this Leshrac, and Leshrac's damage output, well, there's a pipe. There is a Heavenly Grace.
There's no silencer.
And a silencer found as well for Jacroy. Might as well. Are looking for more. Flame Break on 2. Lasso will take down the Hoodwink. Norman is an easy kill. The Undying. Next level issue, though. His BKB is at least worn out. The lull throws in his first ult. He's got an Aghanim, so he can now purge 2. And that's what we wanted to see from him. Ravage from Mamang Daya. They've got the global silence. The silencer buys back in. Presses R from the fountain. Easy game. Mamang Daya trying to run away. Eskem is giving him the hurt. And Cox will finish him off. Now finding Jacroy with the Bloodstone. How long can he stand his ground? He's still full HP. He's dealing some damage at least, even though he's getting mitigated heavily here. But health alive. And inside the bubble, dealing Pulse Nova damage. Geek Fam not looking too healthy. Skim's going away. And also Travis to fall. Cox might look for Jacroy. Pota 2 will die to force Geek Fam getting the chance to turn things around. And with Cox respawning, things just completely flip. It looked good for Spawn for a moment. Disruption with the Pulse Nova. They were taking damage and there was no Lesh to target.
It looked good for a moment for them. For the majority of that fight, they had moments when they're looking strong. The problem is that Spawn went into the Tombstone. You got 2 kills. You could have just ran out after the after the tombstone was placed, but they got greedy. They wanted to get more. They wanted the Undying as well, and it baited them too deep into the tombstone. After everything was committed, it was very hard to escape at that point, so they fought until the end. So I'd say Spawn should be happy with that one. It could have gone much worse, considering that the full duration tombstone was on the clip for the whole fight, actually.
Let's track the 10,000 damage for Spawn that fight. And that's Narman found in the top lane. That's an easy one for Jacroy. Cox, though, can't locate the Lesh. He's got his axe picked up. And, oh, Jacroy jumps back in. And he might just be able to get this one. He's low on mana, though. Roger's here, and so is Skem. And with that Mage Slayer, he's going to walk in. He has disassembled his Echo Saber to get the Mage Slayer. And Skem to cut down Jacroy's streak.
Slight mistake from Jacroy. He could have TP'd out of that one. They had nothing to cancel his TP with. Everything was already used. But he is making so many plays for his team. Look at the difference in net worth of him and the next hero, or even the next hero on his team. It is just a huge difference there, though. Slight mistake that he died right now, but still forced the enemies towards the top lane. So Spawn are gonna have ways to play the game once Jacroy is back in the game.
What I love to see is, which I kind of highlighted already, the Aghanims on the SD. Since there are the Pangos, the BKBs, and then the Heavenly Graces on your opponent's side, you're now able to not just focus on one target, but many targets. And Narman getting surprised here in this bottom lane.
How do you even kill a Lesh if the Shadow Demon is behind him? Imagine 3 demonic cleanses. Currently it's 1200 HP. It's gonna be 1500 once he gets level 18. The 3 demonic purges are bad enough in itself.
Roger, who bought back. He's got Global Silence, but he won't be able to cast it. It looked like he tried to get it off. Skem, they're just gonna TP away from him. He has no TP cancels on this hero.
No tombstone, smoke time. Smoke time right now for the side of Spawn. They might not have a BKB or the lasso on the bat, but they have a Ravage and they have a very powerful Lesh. Without the tombstone, you don't stop the Lesh at all. He kills every single one of you.
Yeah. They also got a Psychic Headband dropped. Did anybody take that? Nobody's grabbing it so far. Bit curious about that. That's a good item to have.
Shadow Demon gets it. Also pushing away the Undying when he's running in. That's also a big deal as well, especially if he's on top of your Lesh. You want to stop him from slowing him down.
Spawn taking over the top half of the map. The good thing for them is, even if it does look like a semi-support-y, a lot of team fight lineup, Lesh is still great at taking down objectives. They have a great pusher in this hero.
That's something Geek Fam don't have. That's the main issue with their lineup, really. They've won so many fights, but no objectives were taken.
They are finding themselves some targets in the river. Is the Pangolier Global Silence ain't gonna be enough necessarily. It just might do. Mamang Daya Ravage. Oh! Pota 2 coming in from the other side as well. They're gonna catch Narman off guard. He's gonna get burnt up and taken away. Skem running out of tools here. Delul does get killed by a decay. And the zombies also knowing at his feet.
But Tombstone is down and no one cares about it.
They're fighting away from it. They're not even fighting on top of it, and they're trying to get away. Getting hunted down one by one by one by one.
Horse is gone as well.
Yeah. Slow death. Slow, painful death for him. Skem has left him for his own luck. They even want to farm the Wraith Pack before they kill him, because they know he's not a threat. And into a push you go. Or Roshan, 2 seconds. Travis walks in.
Check it.
Ooh, is he gonna stay? Yeah, he stays. Instant reaction from Jacroy first pass.
I think it was like Rosh. It's not up. It's up. Bam.
Yep.
Jump in immediately. He was just hoping for that one. Does Jacroy even need it? That is the question. Yeah, he wants to take it. The shard most definitely will go to Jacroy. That split earth really changes things a lot, because you can force Geek Fam away from the tombstone and then run him down. We're seeing how Spawn are running circles around Geek Fam.
This is the first time Spawn team is in the lead. Economy-wise, that is. 7k lead for them, despite being behind in kills. They're the ones who can punish GeekFam harder for team fights and trades because of the pushing power that they have. It just has to be the Lesh alive. If Lesh is dead, things get a bit trickier. Then you're in the same situation GeekFam is in.
GeekFam is smoking up because Skem now has the blink. If you initiate onto the enemies with the tombstone and they can't run
Oh, they
from
see
it, it's
Jakroy.
big.
Perfect target as well. First hit bash as well from the Aghanim's shield crash blocked by Cox. And that's your Aegis. Do they have any backup? Mortimer's Kisses could be unloaded on top of him, but they're afraid of the Global Silence. He's going to be able to blink out. Oh, he's bashed again. Norman Bushwhack looking at Global Silence comes in. And SD! Oh no! Delal, wrong place. Wrong place to be, and he walks into an entire horde of dire heroes. Oh man. And the TP cancelled as well. Snapfire going to get caught. Ain't going anywhere. Travis going to be taken down. Pota 2 slowing down Cox. And he gets the lasso off. He wants a desperate kill. He might be able to, but there's a lot of healing. You're forgetting they have an Omni. They have an Undying. Batrider bushwhacked into death number 4 and Spawn. I think they just gave everything away with that.
That was just so weird from Jakroy to be so far away from his team. What was he thinking? The bash from the Pango and the Undying with the blink, I mean, it changes the dynamic of the fight so much when it's GeekFam that is going in first. And now I was looking at Cox and like, he needs a Lincolns in this game, but he's never gonna get it at this pace. And then you just lose a fight. You're gonna start losing tier 2s finally 33 minutes into the game, and it's gonna allow the Spango to get towards the Lincolns, kind of countering the potential initiation from Spawn from both the Bat and the Lash alike.
It's been a while since they're able to take down a tower, and that's the first tier 2. They want to march onto the high ground and punish them inside their own base. Skem has a lot of right-click damage. A Guardian Angel will give him even more. Angle roll activated. Cox disengaging with the rest of the team. They're out of there.
They have to get out. They understand now they will be the ones that get initiated on. Spawner smoking out for vision. This is not a smoke that is going to be giving you a big team fight. If it does, GeekFam have messed up their positioning. And they haven't been doing much of that in the game.
It is so weird to see that a draft like this can work.
It's working in terms of team fights, but again, they're having this issue of taking down objectives.
Yeah.
They want to fight so many times.
Look at the Ravage out, and Ravage is actually quite off target. Won't actually catch anything. Looked like his blink was cancelled because he didn't get anything off. Global Silence, they have the advantage now. Big sharpshooter from Norman. Takes down Travis. And again, moving out from their own territory towards Spawn's side of the map.
Among that, pulled out an Earthshaker. This happens to Earthshaker players. Sometimes you use the Echo, but the Echo is instant. For a Ravage, that should never happen. His blink didn't get cancelled because he went immediately blink. Ravage into blink. So it was most definitely a mistake coming out from Among that. It cost them dearly here, though.
That's the first intuition you have as a caster. Okay, something broke it. He's obviously not going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And Darman is trying to hunt down Jakroy here in the top lane. On the scan, oh, the TP cancel as well while they're fighting inside the base. Skim's killed. The big Undying. The big zombie is out of play. Jakroy trying to stand his ground. Norman, have you seen how much this sharpshooter does? And it does a plenty. And it's almost finishing off Jakroy in just one hit. But Cox has the Ags, has the Basher, and now we're going back to the mid lane fight where Force is finally killed as well. 2 losses for GeekFam. Roger on the run. He's got a Lotus Orb to keep him alive for a bit longer, but he is definitely not killing these heroes, and he's definitely not getting out of this one.
He created space for Narman and Cox to connect, but really, without the Rolling Thunder, they don't do that much. Man, the Pango is starting to dish out massive amounts of damage. When him and the Hoodwink can kill the Lash, this was something that that was impossible just a couple of minutes ago. Pretty much at the time when Jakroy got the Aegis, you would never assume that the Pango and the Hoodwink would be able to kill him, but then a couple of good fights, and suddenly these heroes do more than enough damage.
at least GeekFam is down, so this game will continue to stretch even further. No decisive moves are going to be happening. GeekFam, though, nice wards.
Bottom tower under fire.
Yeah, full vision of the entrance of spawn space.
They're gonna know pretty much which part of the map spawn are gonna be moving towards, and then you can answer accordingly. You smoke, you come to that side of the map, you place a ward on a high ground, and you just wait for someone to walk past.
Lasso onto a Lincoln by the Pango. TP cancel, Pota2, no escape. He wanted the lasso to teleport away because he knows Cox is the only one who can keep him out. And they have killed the Batrider. They have full abilities available on the side. Except for the Rolling Thunder off cooldown in 50 seconds. They'll have Sharpshooter up by the time they get to the base. And there's a Bloodthorn on the Undying too, which I just spied.
Has a Bloodthorn. The Hoodwink has this E-Blade plus level 22. The damage output that can come up with
Instant Ravage. Not even thinking twice what to do here. They pop the Ravage. They can't get to the Tombstone though, but the little Shredder does some work. 4 seconds for another heal. It's still there. 2 hits from Among Daya, and it will be cleared out. Cox on the high ground. They get some poke on the Tidehunter, but he's too tanky. He has a Refresher. Could pop another Ravage. But they need the Batrider. He's up in 40. They're fending them off.
The Ravage on Scam lasted for half a second because Omni-Knight immediately removed it. Even though the Heavenly Grace isn't there, he's using it for the purge of the stuns.
Darman will throw the Sharpshooter. GeekFam actually charged in. Global Silence. Bit of a panic one. But making sure they won't initiate on them gives them a head start to start the retreat.
This could be smoke time for spawn. Your Batrider is coming. The side lanes are pushed in quite nicely. And you forced out the Global Silence. Yep, they go for it.
Smoke on 3. Bat spawning. Can teleport to these creep waves. He's going straight to top. Now looking at
Spawn didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fight. If they went for the bottom lane and TP'd the bat there, it would go to show that they want to engage the enemy. By them playing on the top lane, it means they're setting up with the vision for the Roche. And having the gem, that's gonna help them a lot. They have it on the Snapfire. I don't know if there's one on the other side. Yeah, there's one on the Omni-Knight.
Well, Omni-Knight just got an interesting talent. +3 Heavenly Grace Strength / HP regen per debuff.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
So you get 9 strength and HP regen for every debuff that you dispel with Heavenly Grace on the moment you cast it. So Scam, definitely a magnet for abilities. Among Daya, moving under vision. Creep Wave walks in as well. They know where they are. Scan. Pota2 trying to keep the top lane pushed in. They're going to smoke up from the bottom half. Roshan is up as well. And it's been started. They see where they are. The stun flies in. GeekFam right next to the Roche pit. Skem walks in. There's nobody in there. They want to take the high ground position, and this is really good. The shard is being annoying for Skem. He's going to get stunned again. But the Flame Break pushing him in. Pota2 with the BKB. He wanted to grab Cox. He lasso casted already once, but he gets too far away. He can't finish it. Could see the green circle lit on the lasso momentarily there, but it didn't go through entirely. And we will continue. Ravages are up. Flesh Golem still up for a couple seconds. He's going to jump on Among Daya. Dying. Deals a couple hits onto the Tidehunter, but not enough. He's too bulky.
The zombies don't even do damage to the Tide. He can blink away from them. It's actually insane. They're swinging, but they're not doing the damage.
Yeah, the damage block of 110 damage on the Tidehunter. Good luck with that. We'll pop the Lincolns here, and the Lotus Lasso holding him in place. Nice bubble there as well, trying to buy some time for the Batrider. Ravage coming in from Among Daya. Silencer low on HP. He's going to be taken down just as the lull. Unless he's able to juke around, which he's able to. Pota2, the target taken down. Roger for the kill. Batrider coming up with the buyback into the fight with GeekFam. He's still in the middle. He's got himself the Pulse Nova just ticking. He's taking it off and now puts it back up, but it's not going to be enough. He's taken down. He's also gone for 100 seconds unless he buys back in. And the Shadow Demon in trouble. No more healing purges available. Only the Demonic Purge of cooldown, but you can't do anything if you're stunned. And it's a costly fight for Spawn. This leaves Roshan unprotected.
What a Lotus Orb. And with the, I didn't know it works that way, but Pango has an axe and he double lassoed those heroes. The Batrider and the hero next to him got lassoed, both of them. And it was just a disaster because you have Cox staying in place, but he doesn't really care because he's protected by his team. And then you have double lasso on the side of spawn, and they were the ones that wanted to initiate. That pretty much loses them the fight right there. Also, this late game Pango is doing way too much damage. He is creating so much chaos in a fight, and every single hero is staying without mana while he's rolling thunder and just jumping with a shield crash.
Yeah,
it's insane how much of an impact he has.
That was really cool seeing that that lasso effect come out, and I was suspecting them to only grab the casual one hero, but he grabbed two. Tidehunter doesn't get broken, even though Norman tries his best with the sharpshooter. They're at least stunning him on the spot. The shield crash is doing a lot of work here. Cox with another blink on top of Mamangdaya. He's down to 900 HP, 800 down to less than 100, but it's not going to be enough. The acorn shot not going to fly far enough. Now taking down the tier 3 tower. Tombstone still placed down. 20 seconds for Flesh Golem. 10 seconds for the Lesh to come back up. Skem has to ponder his options here. He could stay. They're going to force out the cliff. I think that's enough for him. He starts to walk away as now spawn team full in strength.
GeekFam wants to re-engage. We know what happens when they're the ones jumping in. Flash Golem is up again, but Skem isn't staying with the blink. I would kind of favor the blink over the phase boots here, because yeah, there it is. Him jumping in is the most important thing, so that the Tombstone gets placed quite aggressively.
Cox is so ready to go in.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
He wants
In the
to.
bottom lane.
Needs it. And there he goes. Nice one. Global silence onto 4. On the spot. Of course, the entire team is silenced, but they can't do anything. Clustered up right next to each other. Travin's down. Does have a buyback. Can be able to come back into this defense. They won't get the bat. They won't get the SD. These are the ones that can't die. Shadow Demon in danger in the front line. Dilol down to half HP. Able to walk away. But the racks are slowly falling. Skem, the one doing the damage. This is such a slow push, but it's working. It's working. They've got the racks. Skem clears them out. He has 7,000 HP currently.
Look at his damage. Look at the damage of the Undying. When he has the Heavenly Grace on him, it's like 600 damage per hit. I was like, why are these Raxes falling like a Tiny is hitting them? But Skem is actually doing massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, the Heavenly Grace buff.
He has 3 lives. He has the reincarnation from the talent, and he has an Aegis. So there is no reason for GeekFam to go back. They're just waiting 30 seconds for another Tombstone in the Flesh Golem.
Thank God. Radiant's courier
This is a very tough defense for Spawn. They need to find a tool. How to fight them back. Potatsu is the only one who can split push. He's doing so with his ninja gear, spamming napalm, spamming flame breaks. And again, another push is on its way. Skem enters the base. He's going to get hit by the tendrils. Broken. Still spamming out decay.
They need a blink on the bat. They have no way to initiate properly. If you go in with the Lash, you're gonna die. You need the bat to pull someone away, and the only way you do it is with the blink. That's why he's farming.
And he TP's away. Cox tries to go for the TP cancel with a swashbuckle. There's always almost a 100% chance that you will cancel the blink because you get so many hits from the swashbuckle that you're eventually gonna get that bash out. Roger, dangerous position under the ward. Poda will get the lasso, but there'll be immediate removal. But the Grace, but still it's not going to be enough. Double Ravage used on both of them. The Omni Knight in trouble. Eodis will be popped as well. What can they do with this? Cox is running them all over. Norman coming in as well. Tries to get himself the sharpshooter. He needs to hit the Tidehunter with it, and it's going to miss. It's not going to connect at all. They will lose the silencer, but he bought back in. They know there's no Ravage to fight against. This might just be the time for GeekFam.
But no Tombstone. It's also no Tombstone. Let's see how much Skem can do.
They're going back into the base. Mamangdaya, he's got himself the gush. They're slowing down the Omni Knight. He's basically stuck on the spot. Heavenly Grace, 10-second cooldown. Jack Roy going for the stun, charging in the front. This Light Strike needs to take the kill. He will take the gems also down onto the ground. They're going to get lasso onto Skem. Skem's being pulled away from his entire team, and this is a good chance to at least hold him back. Maybe force out the talent. Maybe force out the Aegis. That's the reincarnation. That's the reincarnation, the first one. He's still got a second life, and a third after that. He's going to be blinking away. Cox is losing his life as well. The Pango's going to be dropping very low on HP. Norman trying to help him from the background as well. Jack Roy Jacroy. He's slow as hell. He ain't going anywhere. He's going to be sniped out by Norman. Going to be losing his life in the front. That's going to be life number 2. Undying only got 1 life remaining, and he's going to need to pack up of his entire team. They need to get him out of there. Leshrac stunned from the shot. Going to be connecting. Cookie coming in as well. Undying dropping down at half HP. BKB available. Going to be turning it around onto the Shadow Demon. They go to low. It's going to be rolling over HP. It's going to be taking him down. Going into the fight as well. But Leshrac did Jacroy. He fought back. He needs to live. He needs to hold. He needs to keep his ground. Roger down. It's the tombstone on the ground. Among the down Jacroy. Down Geek Fam. They're doing it. They're taking them all with them. There's only 3 defenders remaining, but the buyback from this Tidehunter ain't going to be enough. Skem, he lost 2 lives, but he's got 3. Bushwhack on 2. Norman saving them in the back line. Oh, jerk kill for Skem. Another snipe kill for Norman. Bashed in front of the base. GG.
Man, I wanted to see him do the damage with the overwhelming blink. That entire fight, they're stopping his overwhelming blink. He has a billion strength, and I just want to see him jump and destroy someone. And no, they're not allowing him to do it. But yeah, Spawn there. For a second, it looked like Jacroy was gonna live through all of that, and it was actually gonna be Skem who dies. But no, he lives through it, and in the end, I mean, he got the ultra kill, so got all of their brains out. Geek Fam, they managed to make this draft work. Even though they were winning for the majority of the game, they could never go for those objectives. But at some point in the game, the Undying got so fat that he would have like 500 damage per hit, and then the tower stood no chance. So you persisted, you got to the late game, the ultra late game. I always like to mention it, it's 50-50 because there's going to be so many items involved. And Geek Fam, they just itemized properly for the ultra late game, whereas Spawn, they itemized to stay alive in this game, and then all of their items got countered. The Lincolns came out, the E-Blades came out, Skem just got super tanky there, and you could never bring him down. This Blink Dagger, just the right item for the Undying. For me, that's the game-changing one, because it allowed him to always be at the center of the fight.
What makes this game of Dota particularly good is this is a very untraditional draft, you could almost say, from both sides, and it made this a completely different type of Dota game. It feels refreshing. It feels great to see both of these teams battling it out heart to heart, and just getting stretched out so far away where we get these big items. The game, you just can't take down objectives on the side of Geek Fam until towards the end, where we start to see Skem. I actually took a quick glimpse after that last fight ended that he was actually right-clicking for like 630 right-click damage, and that's with an Echo Saber. So that's a quick 1,200 damage burst instantly applied. But there's so many tools on both sides. It is chaotic to control even your own hero, let alone trying to communicate and coordinate something in fights like that, where you're thinking, who do we focus on? Okay, this guy's E-bladed. There's another guy bubbled up. We can't kill the Tidehunter. Somebody's getting lasso up at the Batrider. Like, there's just so many things going on. But a really cool game of Dota. I gotta give you that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was just a awesome watching, especially the Pango play this game. Like, sometimes the Pango goes around rolling and no one even cares because he's not really killing people. He's just keeping them in place while keeping himself alive. In this game, it was a lot different. The second he got his basher is when the game changed, because he had the 2.5 second cooldown on the shield crush in the ball. He had the Aghanims, and everyone was just being bashed and took so much damage every single time. The Diffusal also came into play. Every single fight, Lesh would be left without mana, even though ever since we have gotten into this Lesh plus the Bloodstone meta, I have never seen it. But so many times, Jacroy just left stranded without anything else to give.
That was a wild series of Dota. Ends up being a 2-0 for Geek Fam. We hyped them up yesterday, and we hyped them up today that this is a team that's going to be looking pretty good, and they definitely did. But Spawn team, I was suspecting a 1-1 out of this series. However, not quite enough, but a close game nevertheless. That closes out today for SCA. And tomorrow we're going to be back with Harry for Fnatic versus Purple Paradox. And Army Geniuses, again, versus Purple. And then Execration versus Xerxia. That's going to be what's up for tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you so much for listening to our cast. We appreciate the support from you people. Feel free and drop a follow for us. Maybe more importantly to Harry Freak at Twitter. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Dota. So until then, take care of yourselves, everybody. Good night and bye-bye.